Gamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityormamritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. See, Jnana Yoga is intellectual training. The only difference is here we transcend reason and we do not contradict reason. Swamiji says this is the proof. Anything that is true will go through reason. It will not say don't, that's what I was telling you, don't think, just believe like that. Not like that. It should satisfy my reason, but it will go beyond reason. I can have an idea of what it is. It's not that I'm taking blindfolded and said that do whatever you are being asked to do. Upanishads is not like that. And second is, by repeatedly thinking that I am the Brahman, am I hallucinating myself? Swamiji answered this question once in the West. He said, no, I'm asking you to de-hallucinate, de-hypnotize. That is the truth. And it is this is not some fantasy scripture that tells you something which is very nice but which is not practical. So it is telling the truth, and the truth which can be reached, but you have to pay the price. Then I am not losing myself. See, till now I am accustomed to certain things, like I am so and so, I am in such and such a family, I will be doing this sort of work, etc. And one fine day I hear that I don't do anything, I am the witness, forget that you are so and so. Okay, whatever I have been brought up with, one day I must to forget everything. So is it not losing my individuality? Am I not losing myself in search of something which is utopian? Then that also said, no, it is expansion. When, like, this is the example which Swamiji gives. A raindrop is afraid, not a raindrop, a water drop. It's afraid when the sun says, come, I'm going to evaporate you. So it's afraid. Now I'm going to lose my individuality. But what happens is the sun laughs and says, come to me. You can wander in the sky as clouds. Or if you want, you can come down again as rivers and you will quench the thirst of people. So see, maybe you are a dirty drop, but once you are steamed up, you are coming down as a benediction and blessing on others. So this is how you are expanding yourself and you are not contracting yourself. And the whole Vedic study is meant to be a guide for life. So what is the essence of this teaching? I should remember it and I should practice it in every act. It's not enough to hear these truths. Like, see, as we said, karma yoga, it's very easily applicable. Bhakti yoga, very easily applicable. If I tell you, do a puja every day, you'll be very happy. Okay, fine, I'll go and do a puja, offer some flowers, burn an incense. But when I ask you to think of you as Brahman, though it is difficult, but that's the thing which you have to practice in your life. So how can we enable this? There are 4 Mahavakyas taken from the 4 Vedas, and these Mahavakyas and mantras, they have power. They are like atom bombs. Slowly they are entering, but you know, in case of atom bomb, the result is instant. And you can get instant results if you are an adhikari. If you are an uttam adhikari, if you are a fit person, if you had followed all the rules and regulations which are given in the shastras, the moment that occurs to you, immediately you will get illumination. That's how sages had their illumination when their guru instructed them. But since we aren't such fit adhikaris, what should we do? Again and again, swadhyayo, moksha shastranam adhyayanam, pranava japova. So again and again, repeatedly, we should hear these truths. Even if I can't comprehend, even if I can't understand, even if it's going above my head, but still you have to hear it repeatedly because it has power. And pranava japa, of course, the step, like, see, when you are describing Brahman, which is beyond everything, the only thing which you can tell about Brahman is Om. And that is what Thakur says, I have to come down many steps, then only I can even utter Om. So Omkara is the what do they say, link. It's the Shabda Brahman and Nada Brahma. So see, this Shravana Manana is again and again repeated as part of Brahma Vidya or Atma Vidya. And how do you express that Atma Vidya? As service of the whole world. See, you are worshipping the God everywhere. That's the culmination. That's what Thakur and Swamiji has done for us. These thoughts which were very, very difficult, they have made it very easily available to us. So let me just give a brief introduction of what Shankara says. What is the immediate duty of a Vidwan? Suppose I am a learned person. What should be my first work? Not to give lectures like me, okay? It's samsara santati chedaha. Cut out. What will you cut out? This circle of births and deaths. Again and again, you know that very famous sloka, Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam, Punarapi Janani, Jatare Shayanam. Again and again and again, this chakra is going on and on. So, Kim Moksha Taror Bijam. So, how do I get moksha? Samyak Jnanam. I should have knowledge, perfect knowledge, not half knowledge. Alpa Vidya Bhayankari. So, I should have full knowledge, perfect knowledge, and Kriya Siddham. Theory plus practical. It's not enough to just have a jnana and I don't apply it in my life. So I should apply it in my life. Don't think that Vedantic Upanishads principles which I will be discussing right now are something which are very good to hear. They are not intellectual opium. They should be practiced. So what is like beneficial like a diet? Suppose I'm very ill and the doctor will write a dietitians are very popular nowadays. They will tell me how to reduce my weight or how to increase my weight. For everything they have an answer. Only thing is the prescription should read the right person, otherwise the fat person will get more fat and the thin person will vanish into thin. So what is beneficial like diet? It's dharma, righteousness, the path of righteousness. So, and who is an intelligent person? Is he an intelligent person who gets very high scores? No. Viveki, the person who is endowed with discrimination. Again and again you will find this word repeated, have discrimination. You should be able to discriminate what is real and what is unreal, what is good for me and what is not good for me. And Kim Visham, Avadhirana Gurushu, not following the instructions of the Guru, because he is trying to lead you out of this samsara, and if you are neglecting the words which he says, you are going to suffer. Kim samsare saram, what is the essence of this samsara? Know that it is transitory. It is there, but it's always changing. It's never constant. So what should be the dearest to man? A life that is entirely devoted to the good of oneself and others. So that is how a spiritual aspirant should live, as a benediction for himself and for others. And what is infatuating? Entertaining intense desires in mind. This desire, Trishna, this vasana, that's the thing which doesn't let me reach the goal. It again and again takes me away from the goal, so I should try to control myself. So, Ka Bhava Valli, what is the creeper of samsara? Krishna. So, and who is my enemy? And the enemy is Anudyogaha, not working properly. An idle person. You know, a spiritual person is not supposed to be idle or lazy. He is supposed to be the most dynamic person. And Kasmad Bhayam Iha, what is the most horrible thing, horrifying thing? And that is death. Death will come, and so don't shy away from it. Face it and learn how you are going to cross it. Okay. And
Mataji, yes. It's good to be born again and again. We learn new experiences, new things. Why shun it?
Provided you get the right opportunities for learning. But can you be sure that in every birth you will always get the positive circumstances? through which you will always be learning new things. Once somebody asked, said to Holy Mother, he said that I will go with you when you go, and I'll come again when you come. I will come again in this life. Then Mother says that maybe you will not say this when you are about to go. What is there in this samsara? Because there's nothing sara in this samsara. And that's what the scriptures say. That you can come, but it's not necessarily that you will always get new experiences. Sometimes they can be very bitter also, and you might feel that why did I ever come? So there is always that if you want to come, you can always come holding on to Mother. You get me. Yes, if you can hold on to God, if you can hold on to God, you can come.
Always said tax. You have to pay the tax of having a body.
Yes, that is the disease. That's okay.
That is a disease.
But that's what I suggest. Hold on to Holy Mother and come again and again. Be just catch hold of her archel, then you can come. Then there's no problem. There are people like that. Nitya Siddhas coming with Baule Dal. You can enroll your name in that Baul Dal. Then you can come again and again. No problem. Baul means a group of singer, a singer. Baul singer. And he has a group, and if you are going to perform, that group will go with that particular person. Some will play the kanjani, some will play the tabla, like that. Because the Baul will dance, no? Then he will go out of breath, then all these people will come and say. Kim dushkaram naranam yan manaso nigraha satatam. It's very difficult to control this mind. So why should I control my mind? Because I should go beyond, because that mind is the tool which will help me to go beyond, which will help me to grasp subtle things. So I can't keep enmity with my mind. And then they say, Ko Mayi, who is the Lord of Maya? Because again and again we'll be hearing these terms, Maya. So who is the Lord of Maya? And he says Paramesha. Like Thakur says, the snake has poison in its mouth, but it doesn't die. And whomever it will bite, that person will die. Like that, Ishvara has Maya, but he remains unaffected, but others are in it. Ka Indra Jalayate, which is like magic. They say this Prapanchoyam, this universe. And what is the truth? Brahma. That is the truth. Yato bacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha anandam brahmano vidvan na bibheti kadacha neti. So if you are thinking of that Brahman, one is not subject to fear at any time, because Brahman is full of bliss, but even the mind and words fail to describe him. So we are going to discuss something which is beyond our words and mind through this mind. We will finally transcend the mind and we will know how to make friends with the mind. But for now, we have to know the truth of what is Brahman. What is its nature? Let me know what is Brahman. So I have selected a very small Upanishad. Many of you might have read it, the Isha Upanishad. It's a very small Upanishad, but it has the essence of Brahman. And since our time is short, we have to select a short Upanishad. So every Upanishad, it starts with the prayer to the divine or describing about the divine. So this is coming from Yajurveda, Shukla Yajurveda, and it has only 18 slokas. And the starting prayer mantra is a very common mantra, Purnamada Purnamidam. So what is Purna? Purna means something which is complete. Here it means the supreme being, which is Brahman. Let us call it as Brahman. He is infinite. He is Purna. And Purnam Adha. Adha means that. And Purnam Idam. Idam means me and this universe. Whatever I am seeing here. This is also a very, very wonderful comment. Infinite. So see, I can understand if God is infinite. If Brahman is infinite, I can understand. How can I be infinite? Because I have the individual jiva, let me use these terms, jiva is coming from that Paramatman, from that Brahman. Because I have come from Brahman, I will be Purna. Now, a very, very surprising comment, because suppose there's a jar of water and I'm thirsty and I have poured one glass of water. So, will the jar remain complete? It won't, because I have taken something out of it. Now, this glass has become Purna and that has become Apurna. But in this will not work in the case of Brahman, because he is infinite and anything that is taken out of it is infinite, and whatever is residing will also be infinite. So Purnamada, Purnamidam, Purnat Purnamudachyate, Purnasya Purnamadaya. Even though I am taking something out of that Purna, again Purnameva Vashishyate. So there is nothing but infinity here, only I am not able to see it. That's what the Vedanta says. You have to change your outlook. Think that everything is infinite. But why am I appearing to be different? Because of Maya. That's what Vedanta tries to explain everyone. So the first sloka says, Isha Vasya Midam Sarvam, a very, very popular mantra, oft quoted. We would have heard again and again. Yatkincha Jagatyam Jagat. Whatever is there in this world, whatever exists, whether it's moving, whether it is not moving, everything is Brahman. Knowing this, enjoy. Tena tyaktena bunjitha. Ma grida kasyas vidhanam. But don't covet anybody's wealth, because whose is wealth? Now see, we can see a sandalwood, and now sandalwood powder is being used. But then in olden days, or even now in our shrine work and all, we have that sandalwood. And they just cut a portion from the tree and they give us. And you have to rub it. Then you will feel the scent coming. So like that, this world, it might look different. But if you can rub it, how can you rub it? With the knowledge of Brahman, you will come to know that everything is Atman. That's what Vedanta says. So don't, the world as it appears, it's not real. The world as Brahman is real. Whether it's real or not, it's another tricky point, right? Like strict Vedantis will say the world is not at all there. Let's go to it later. But for now, right now, let us assume like this, that the world as I see it is not real, but the world as Brahman is real. Once there was a fight with Holy Mother's brothers, and one was fighting and saying that this portion of land belongs to me, and another one was fighting saying that no, this is mine, and Holy Mother was trying to drag them away, and finally she sat in a place and she started laughing, and this was the comment she made, that this earth is there for ages. Okay, people are coming and going and everything is the law, but still we draw a line and say this portion is this and that portion is that. And this is what also Thakur says, that the Lord laughs at this, saying this. So this is what the meaning of the first sloka. I am making it very short. So what am I supposed to do? I have come to know that this Brahman is there. It's infinite. Okay, this world is also infinite. Everything is Brahman. So I mustn't take away anything which is not mine, which is somebody else. Why? Because if I am Brahman and he is also Brahman, I am taking away my things from him. So don't take anything from anybody else. Kurvan neveha karmani jijivishet shatagum samaha evam tvayi nanyate tosti na karma lipyate nare. Suppose if I want to enjoy the world, I want to be in this world, and they say that you can live for 100 years. That's the maximum age limit when you find an approximate age, and that is 100 those days. And even now, more or less 100 years. So if you want to live here, if you want to desire to have a long life, you must work according to the rules given by the Shastras. Only then can you be untainted by karma. Now we saw that how can I be free? The goal of Upanishads is to make you free. So if you do a work, you are going to get bound. That's the reason why I started with Karma Yoga. So if you want to live here, if you want to enjoy this world, okay, but you should follow the rules of the scriptures. You cannot live a selfish life. You cannot live an idle life. That's what the Shastras say. Okay. So, by doing this karma, what am I going to get? Okay, I am there for 100 years. I am doing all this work. What will I get? What is the result of karma yoga? Please tell me. What will happen if I am doing karma yoga?
Purity of mind.
Purity of mind, chitta shuddhi. And in that chitta shuddhi, I am going to get the reality. Asurya namate loka andhena tamasavritaha tagumste pretyadi gachanti eke chatma hano janaha. A very beautiful word mentioned here. Atma hano janaha. Those fools who kill themselves are born in worlds of darkness after leaving this body. Okay, there are two parts. We know that Devayana and Pitrayana, and those who are very cruel, Gita also says, I throw them into worlds of inferior births. So, who is the person who kills himself? I am living here. How can you say that I am killing myself? If you don't realize the Atman within and without, you have killed yourself. When the moment you mistake your body as the imperishable self, when I say I am so and so, I have killed myself. When I am identifying with a perishable object, that is my body will die today or tomorrow or after 100 years. It's going to go off. It's going to perish. So the moment I am involving myself, identifying myself with this perishable self body, they are caught in the wheel of birth and death. So this is what the Upanishads are going to help you. How are you going to be free from this birth and death, the circle of birth and death? By knowing the Atman, by knowing the Brahman. Aneja dekam manaso jabiyo naina deva apnuvan purvamashat tadhavati anyo natyeti tishta tasmin napo matarishva dadati. So here the nature of the Atman is described. Anejat, he doesn't move. He doesn't move. And he is one. Vedanta doesn't accept two. Like we saw in the Sankhya, they accepted two, Purusha and Prakriti. But Vedanta says there is only one. They will prove it later. And it is faster than mind. Suppose if I say that none can overtake it. Why can't, how can you overtake something? Suppose there is a car going in front of me and I am traveling in, there's a truck in front of me. You will find it in the highways and I am traveling in a car. Now, I can overtake that truck. But how can I overtake something which is everywhere? The moment I start, suppose I say, Brahman is everywhere. Okay, this whole table is full of Brahman. Let me assume it like that. And I am a point here. And I want to go there. When I go there, I find the Brahman always there. I have seen the Brahman here. So I am trying to go there, but it's always there, already there. So nothing can overtake it because it's already present and it's faster than those who run after it. By it, that actually the Atman doesn't move, but these are all explanations so that we can try to grasp the unknown, the unmovable. By it, that supports the activity of living beings. If the Atman is not there, if the Brahman is not ordering things to move, that's what we will see again. Bhaya, Tapati, Surya. The sun is shining because the Atman is there. The Supreme Being, all are afraid of it. That's why they are working. Like we are afraid of our masters, like that even the powers of the nature are listening to the orders of that Supreme Being. Then, tad ejati, tan naijati, tad dure, tad vantike. How do you describe the unknown? I'm trying to say something, then the very moment the opposite nature is shown because he is both. He is both and beyond. Tad antarasya sarvasya, tadu sarvasyasya bhahyataha. Number one, it moves. It seems to move, but it doesn't move because it's motionless. It is far, but it is near. How come it's far and how come it's near? For fools who don't recognize the Atman, it's very far because they're going round and round their births and deaths. You are not going near the truth at all. But for the wise people, it's very near because they are Jivan Muktas. They have experienced the Brahman. It is within all. It's within everyone. Yet it is without all. It's within and it's without. Suppose if my pen is within my pencil box, okay, pen box, even though we don't use pens and pencils nowadays, let's take it for granted. Suppose my cloth is in my almirah. How can it be outside us? It can be inside or it can be outside. But the Brahman can be inside, it can be outside also. Yastu sarvani bhutanyatman yevanu pashyati sarva bhuteshu chatmanam tato na vijugupsate. One who sees everything as a Atman and everything in Atman feels no disgust. He doesn't feel jealous of somebody. He has no hatred for somebody. Because by that way, I am hating myself because that person is there. Then otherwise, if you think that everyone are the children of God, you can't hate your brother or sister. But Vedanta goes a step further. Because if I follow a particular God, say that very interesting story of Gantakarna, he will not hear the names okay, of other gods. But then finally he became a demon. So I can like Krishna, and if you don't like Krishna, I will hate you. Because only those devotees who follow Krishna, I like them. But if you don't like Krishna, I will hate you. That's not the way. So Vedanta takes you one more step. It's the same Atman which is everywhere. So how can you hate somebody? How can you treat anybody with contempt? How can you be jealous of somebody? So this is the way, if you are a Vedantist, you are going to have Shraddha for everybody in this world. Look at that teaching of Holy Mother, treat the broom with respect. Not merely from the point of usage, but from the point of the Supreme. Yasmin sarvani bhutanyatmaiva bhut vijanatah tatra ko moha ka shoka ekastvam anupashyata. When one knows everything as one with his Atman, where is confusion or grief? When there is only one, there is no grief. That's how you are freed from sorrow. When this concept of Atman is instilled within you, you will go beyond all confusion, delusion, or grief. Saparyaga shukrama kayama branamas na viragum shuddham apapa viddham. Again, they are describing the qualities of the Atman. Kavir, Manishi, Paribhu, Swayambhur, Yathat Tatyatorthan Vyadadha Shashvatibhya Samabhyaha. What is the nature of Atman? He is everywhere. This is again and again and again repeated in the Upanishads. He is everywhere and he is bright. He is resplendent. See, knowledge is identified with luminosity. No darkness there. And he has no body. He is scateless and he has no muscles and all. That means he has no gross body which can contain him. He is everywhere, which can contain him. And he is pure. He is untouched by sin. He is far seeing. There's nothing which you can hide from him. He is all knowing. He is transcendent and nobody made him. Swayambhu. He is there. He is there forever. It's not that one fine day I went there, I installed a Shiva Linga and worshipped him, then that Shiva temple came into being. Not like that. He's there forever. And what does he do? Again, the same thing. He allots duties to creators, Prajapatis. They manage all these universes, worlds at his behest. He's a sort of CEO and they are managers to whom he just orders, go and do this, go and do that. And nobody can see him. The Mataji who taught me Upanishads, Vedanta Benji used to tell that there are some places where the king never visits. Say for example, there's a government office somewhere, but the king doesn't go there, but the worker is there. And he gets salary, but he has never seen the king. Okay, he only knows that such and such is my master and he is paying me. But that person has never seen. Like that, we are here, we have never seen the Atman. We are hearing about it, or maybe nobody has heard it also. We don't know the truth. We think that such and such a force is ruling this universe. But, the sun is giving us light. The forces of nature. But who is controlling, who has created the forces of nature? Who is making them work? Who is taking them away at will. Like yesterday we saw, mother has that Sarvarajatamas in her eyes. Why? Because one creation will go off, she will remove that particular set and she will create another one. So who is there? That power. अंधं तम प्रविशन्ति ये विद्याम् उपासते ततो भूय इव ते तमो यवु विद्यायां रताः. They who worship avidya fall in darkness, blind darkness. They who worship vidya alone, avidya and vidya. Okay, I'll tell you what it means. Vidya alone fall in even greater darkness. So if you are going to worship avidya, you will fall. But if you are going to follow vidya, you will fall even more. What's the meaning? The first group, followers of avidya, means who do karma for fruits. Like we saw, some yajna they will do with the desire of getting something. Like there are many yajnas now forgotten, almost totally forgotten. Karma kanda has been wiped out. So that group which is following this, what will happen to them? They will go to Pitrulok, and after their punya or papa, whatever is exhausted, they will come again to Manushya Lok. What the Upanishads say is go beyond transmigration, go beyond the circle of birth and death. So if I'm worshipping some means, or if I'm doing some kriyas, I'm getting the results, but I'll again come down. Number one. The B group, Vidya group. They want inferior knowledge of deities. Example, I worship a deity, I go to a particular loka. But what will happen? Again I will come down. But the goal of Upanishads is go beyond both. I am worshipping a deity not with the attitude of liberation. I don't want mukti. I want something else from him, my pleasures. I am content with this world. I don't want to go to the true nature of that deity, which is liberation. I won't. There's a funny story, even though it's not about a deity. There was an old lady. She used to go and cut wood in the firewood, and she will come back. And she had lots of problems, and one day she would try to pick up the bundle on her head and it fell down. The firewood bundle also fell down, and she also fell down. Then she started screaming, "Where is Yama? Why is he not taking me?" Then Yama came there and said, "Okay, come, we are too old and we are tired. I'll take you to me." Then she said, "No, I was just looking for someone to put this bundle on me." Okay, so if I'm worshipping God for liberation, He will grant me that, but I don't want that. I am asking His help so that I can again and again come back and enjoy my firewood. Okay, taking my burden. I want to enjoy my burden. So that's the danger. If I don't know something, then it's okay. But I know something, but I'm not utilizing it properly. So I am falling in greater darkness. Anya devahur vidyayan okay. Iti shushtuma dhiranam ye nastat vichachakshire. They say that there are two results. One result comes, no results can be the same. If you do one work, the result will be separate. If you do another work, the result will be separate. So one result comes of vidya and another of avidya. This is what we have heard from wise men who have taught us this. So see, this vidya, the truth is handed over from the guru to the shishya. So my guru has instructed me in this way. Vidyam cha yastad vedo bhayas saha avidyayam mrityum tirtva vidyayam mritam ashnute. He who knows both vidya and avidya overcomes death by avidya and reaches immortality by vidya. Okay, thank you for listening patiently. Now, by combining work and meditation, by combining this karma, so that I am getting karma phala, but by offering it to God, by worshipping the divine, I conquer death and I reach the supreme. So you cannot attain Brahman by work alone or through knowledge alone. You have to have a combination of both. Now let me tell you something else. By meditation, okay, now there is a very main point here which we should try to understand. How come I say that knowledge cannot give me liberation? If I know something, I'm supposed to, my ignorance is supposed to go. And what they say is, suppose I know how this table is made of. It's made of plastic. Okay, it has 4 legs and it's light to carry, but I can't keep hot things on it. So I know about it's used for reading. So I know everything about this table. But do I become this table? I don't. I'm separate. So till I think I know Brahman, I'm separate from it. I cannot be Brahman. So I should be him, be it. The word used for Brahman is it, not he or she. It's above gender. Or at least you should be aware that you are the knower. I should know that I am the knower. And that's the very, very difficult point. And how is that being explained? There are 2-3 similes examples given. Number one, I am having a dream. Okay, I'm having a very good dream. But unfortunately, a tiger, again, I can only give the example of tiger, not only because it's here, but because our acharyas have given this example. And the tiger is coming and jumping on me. And I'm struggling to get out of its grasp. And I'm screaming, someone save me. And then suddenly I find a pillow coming on my head and somebody is telling me, just get up, you are dreaming, you are having a dream and you are shouting that like that. So this fear which was there, okay, it's not true, but you can't say it's not true. Somewhere I found my heart palpitating like that, but was the tiger true? It wasn't true. Okay, second example, it's a very dark place and I am entering it, and again I find a snake. Then I start shouting, there's a snake here, there's a snake here, and everyone came and said, where's the snake, where's the snake? And somebody finds a stake, and then somebody lights the lamp, and then I find it's a rope. Then I say, oh no, it's only a rope, but I thought it's a snake. So these are the examples given that you are afraid of what you shouldn't be afraid of. You think that I am afraid of something, but you aren't. When you are afraid of something which you shouldn't be afraid of. So what is this knowledge of Brahman? It is like Mukas Vadanavat. Suppose if there is a person who can't speak, but something very delicious is given to that particular person. He or she eats it and says, it's really wonderful. But how can you explain it? Like that, the knowledge of Brahman is something which has to be experienced. You can't explain it. So when you are explaining it or when you are trying to say that I know it, then you don't know it. You have to be there to know what is it. And Sri Ramakrishna gives a very nice example, He says that suppose I have 10 pots filled with water and the sun is reflected in that pot. So how many pots are there? There are 10 pots filled with water. The sun's reflection is falling on it. But I can't see the sun. I'm only seeing the pots. I'm seeing the reflection in the pots. I'm in such a position that I can't see what is coming in. I'm just here. And then one by one somebody breaks the pot. Then I say, oh, there are 9 pots, then 8 pots, then 5 pots, 3 pots, 2 pots. Okay, finally that one pot is also broken. So what remains? No one can say. Because I am not seeing the sun. Because the reflection is there, I can say the sun is there. But if there is no reflection, what happens? What remains? You can't explain. Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha. So religion is realization. It's not enough if you say words after words after words. Then there are 3 more slokas which are of the same pattern, like as we saw walk and meditation. Andam tama pravishanti ye asambhuti upasate tato bhuya yivate tamo yabu sambhutyam rataha. There are 2 things. One is the unmanifest. We saw that the Moola Prakriti, where everything is in balance, and the Hiranyagarbha. The Hiranyagarbha, now a new term coming in. Hiranyagarbha is supposed to be the like they describe it as a egg, cosmic egg, out of which we all have come. So those who worship the unmanifest, they enter darkness, and those who are devoted to the manifest enter into greater darkness. Now Prakriti binds us with desire and work. This is what we have seen. And what does Hiranyagarbha helps us? Again the same thing. My desires are getting subtle, but still I am not crossing that. What Vedanta says is, get absorbed in the Atman. Don't accept any step which is below that. nothing but the highest. Anya devahu sambhavat anyada pura sambhavat iti shushrumadhiranam ye nastad vicha chakshire. So this is how again wise people have told us, see, the results are different. If you are worshipping the unmanifest, you will have a different result. You will have a different result if you worship the manifest. Sambhutim cha vinasham cha yastad vedo bhayagum saha vinashena mrityum titva sambhutyam amritam ashnute. Whoever understands the manifest and the unmanifest as going together, he overcomes death through manifest and reaches immortality through the unmanifest. Okay, again the same thing. Tongue twisters. So, see, one thing is when it is manifest, I am seeing the perishable body. That's what we saw. This perishable body will die. But it is not enough if I am not worshipping the perishable body. It's not enough even if I go to Devalokas. Okay, I have to get the Amritatva. I have to know that, not knowing, but at least I should express myself like that. Know that you are the Atman. Don't be satisfied of any other gradation which is below that. Go for the Supreme. This is what this says. We will discuss this later again in detail. Right now, let's have a concert. Then we will discuss what's happening. Then comes prayer. Don't think that there are no prayers in Upanishads. Everything, Hinduism has its root in Upanishads. Everything comes from the Upanishads. And this is a very beautiful prayer. Hiranmayena patrena satyasyapi hitam mukham tatvam pushan apavrunu satya dharmaya drishtaye. The truth is concealed by a golden vessel. See, I have told you that Upanishad believes in realization. Look at the sun, the nearest divine being who is there. You can't deny him. You can't say he's not there. But what Upanishad says, there is somebody inside that sun. Inside that sun. Behind the golden orb, there is a golden disc placed in front of that Purusha. Suppose I am here and there is a spotlight shining in front of me. Can you see me? You can't, because you are seeing the light, but you are not seeing the person behind it. So the Upanishad says, don't look at the sun as merely as a ball of fire. There is a supreme truth in that, supreme being in that, and I want to know that truth. So why do I want to know the truth? Because I am Satya Dharmaya Drishtaye. I am a follower of. So I have now the adhikari. I have now the right to pray, to know who is there. Unless you are pure, unless you are leading a righteous life, you are not qualified to know the supreme truth. There is a supreme power, so know that supreme being inside the sun. Pushan ye karshe. The sun is going alone. He's the nourisher, Without the sun, we can't get anything. How can you nourish yourself without him? But he is the solitary traveler. There's no companion. The sun never says, come with me. Oh, stars, come with me. Or the moon, come now. You are just getting me. You don't have enough charge. Come with me, I will charge you more. He never says that. He travels alone. Yama. Why is he called Yama? The controller. Surya. Surya means he acquires. What does he acquire? Through his rays. He is acquiring everything. Okay. He is acquiring the life, water. Through his rays he is acquiring. And Prajapatya, son of Prajapati, Vyuha Rashmin Samuha Teja. Please withdraw your dazzle. I am not able to see who you are. I can't see the truth. Yatte Rupam Kalyana Tamam Tatte Pashyami. See, the Lord, the Supreme Being Brahman is Kalyana Tamam. He is benign. He is not a cruel person. That we saw in Saundarya Lahari, we are saying in Shivananda Lahari, the divine being is very merciful. It's very, 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 he brings only blessings. By worshipping, suppose I worship an Apadevata. There are cults who have been worshipping Apadevatas. I will only be destroyed. They say there are some cults which say, suppose if I don't like a person, I do a kriya and do something so that that person will be afflicted. But if that person is very devoted, or if he knows some other kriyas which will turn the thing to me, then I will be destroyed. Because that power cannot be destroyed. Once I use that power, either it will destroy that person or it will destroy me. So this is the danger of worshipping other things, other deities, apadevatas. But this divine being, the supreme Brahman, if you worship him, you are going to get only blessings. There's nothing akalyan in that. Always blessings, always, and they say it's your loveliest form. Yesterday we saw how God is Saumya, Saumya Tara Shesha, the best of the best. There's nothing worse in it. It's the best. Yo savasau purusha sohamasmi. Again, see the declaration. If I say I will go to Surya Loka, if I say that I'll be with Surya Devata, Upanishads don't say that. That means I'm one step less. What did they say? Go to the supreme thing. So, what that Purusha in that sun is me. We are both same. We are not separate. And so, what he says that I'm begging you, please show yourself, please remove. No, it's because it's my birthright. I am that. I am you. So I can ask you with full right. Of course, the aspect of prayer is there. But see, Upanishads, whom are you praying to? You are praying to yourself. Because there's nothing but you. So I am praying to myself. I am awakening myself. Vayuranilam amritam athedam bhasmantagum shariram. So again this is the prayer of a person who is about to die. A prayer of a person. He says that may my life merge in Vayu. Who is Vayu? Here Vayu doesn't mean air, the vital force. So let my this life merge in. See, this is what the Upanishads say. There is a divine aspect for every cosmic force. Sun, there is a divine Purusha. Air, there is a divine Purusha. Earth, there is a divine Purusha. Like that, everything will have its Adidevata, as a separate, a divine aspect. So let my body will be reduced to ashes, but let my soul, let my life merge in that Vayu. Om Kratosmara Kritagum Smara Kratosmara Kritagum Smara. O mind, remember your deeds, all you did. The Upanishads say that, see, suppose if I die, some person is not going to write my destiny. I have written my destiny. How have I written my destiny? Through my work. So what happens is, this is what the Upanishad says, before you die, you will see a film. You need not go to a cinema hall and see it. It will come as a reel in front of you. Whatever you did in this life, then according to your propensities of karma, as I said, if you have done good karma, that things will take you towards the good path, and if you have done bad karma, your taste will be to that karma, that life. So when you are according to my propensity of karma, I will be deciding my life. What I will do in my next life, that is decided in the moment when you are leaving this body. And it sees that like a leech which lifts its leg in the front and then removes the hind leg. Like that, you chose that body and you leave this body. So by the time you leave this body, you have decided what you will be in the future. So that amount of freedom is there to you. So he is telling, remember what all you have done.
I
Till now.
already decide which body to go into.
Yes, that's what the Upanishads say. And they also say that I wait for many years before I enter that body. Unless I get a body which will be congenial for me to exhaust my karma, I'm going to wait. That's why those who, the Upanishads never encourage suicides. Because the life which you have been given to, allotted to, you have to live that life. If you decide not to live that life, you are going to roam around. Because you can't go to the next life. You can't decide your life. You have to wait till that someone relieves you of that predicament.
So am I doing it consciously, Nidhi, or am I doing it unconsciously?
Which one?
This decision of going into the next body.
Consciously. consciously. It's my decision. It's the decision which I take. So that's what they say, that think of the Lord again and again, so that you will have the propensities, good propensities. Do good works, so that this momentum will ensure that you are going into better birth. So that's why punya karma, papa karma, so much it has been told. Repeatedly it has been said, do something good, think something good, try to be better, so that this propensity will carry you to better positions. So see, in one way you are making arrangements for your future.
When we are when we are young, we make many mistakes.
Yes.
And later on, as we grow old and as slowly we are coming into spiritual path, we realize,
Yes.
if we truly seek forgiveness, are we forgiven?
Yes.
Or is our karma fall then
Karma,
cut, or do we still have to experience
see,
that?
you have to experience it, but the intensity is less. That's what mother says. Because there should be a rule. Suppose if I do whatever I want. This was asked by Angulimal actually. Angulimal turned into a new leaf. But then the people were scared of him, because he wore once, you see a person, immediately you're scared of his past. So they used to mistreat him, ill-treat him, and sometimes even put stones against him. Of course, they couldn't kill him because Buddha had given ashray, but they didn't like him. Then Angulimal came and told Buddha, see, I have changed, but people are not accepting me. So this is a struggle for me. But Buddha said, you have to exhaust your karma. What you have done, you have to. What you did was killing thousands. So if you had the full effect of your karma, you should be cut into 1,000 pieces, 1,000 times 1,000 pieces. But you are forgiven. You have been given a new chance to start over. Is that not enough blessing for you? But people will know you once you continue in your life, and that's what happened. Once he saved a pregnant lady, she had childbirth, but he gave his penance, the meritorious deeds, and that lady survived. That's what they say. Then people began to revere him as a saint. And what mother says is, if you eat a chili, you will have that spiciness. But of course, you can reduce it if it was. There is mercy, as I told you. I might have done a lot of mistakes, but my sins are burnt. But the condition is, you should repent sincerely, and you should resolve, repentance and resolving. I will try to walk in the right path. But still, you have to have a pinch of karma. But it will be very less, tolerable at least. You can tolerate. You can manage to get out of it. So, Agne Naya Supatha Raye Asman. Now, another prayer to fire. And as I told you, fire was very important for us. We used to have that fire worship, Agni and the Surya Devata. So, and that Agni was a Sakshi. As soon as a child was born, that Agni fire was burning. That's the way it is. And everything will happen in front of that fire, Yajna fire. Your Upanayana, your wedding. Okay, then even if somebody dies, you have to take fire from that Agni and you have to burn that person. The Agni was always burning in that corner, or maybe in the central place. So he is praying to that Agni only. You are a witness of all my work. So Agni Naya Supatha Raye Asman Vishwani Deva Vayunani Vidvan Yuyodyasmad Juhuranameno Bhuyishtamte Namavukting Videma. O fire, O God, lead us on to prosperity by a good path. See, I am tired of coming again and again and again in this in this repeated births and deaths. So take me by a good path so that I can have my karma phala. I can enjoy my karma phala. Remove any sins which might have been in me. I salute you again and again with many words. Like, I'm not just saluting you once, I'm saluting you repeatedly. See, that stav which we chanted to the Divine Mother, Namo Devi Mahadevi. See, at the end of everything, Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Vritti Rupena Samskrita, very interesting epithet given to Mother. You who are in the form of work, why should she be praised in the form of work? She leads us out of this work as work. So
But
Namastasyai,
Bhranti is
Namastasyai.
also there.
Yes?
Bhranti is also there.
Yes, Bhranti is also there. Power is never bad. Okay, current is never bad, as we said. Electricity is good. But if I am going to go and touch it and if I am hurt from it, I can't say that it's bad. The light is always good. Whether how I use it is up to me. So that's how she is represented as. As power, there's nothing wrong in her. A power is not wrong. The way we use it is wrong. And so say I'm Namastasyai, 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 Namo Namaha. So many times the devatas are saluting repeatedly because this is the person, this is the supreme being who is going to take you to your future and give you a new life. Okay, so this is how the Upanishads show the concept of Brahman. And again it ends with the same prayer. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. So let there be peace and peace and peace. So through Ishopanishad we have come to know that there is something called Brahman, and which is within, which is without, and everything is enveloped with that. And as my duty is, if I want to be in this world, or even if I want to progress, I should work properly with according to the injunctions given to me by the scriptures. I can't encourage an idle and wasteful life, and I should try to go beyond. I should not be satisfied with whatever I get, and even knowledge is not enough. I should be that. So that is the lesson we have learned from Ishopanishad. So tomorrow I will be going on to how to reach that truth and how to manage the mind. Okay, so tomorrow is our managing the mind. Lofty truths, difficult